Welcome to our channel Crime Loom, the place where true crime stories come alive. In the darkness beneath Chicago, far below the noise of horses, factories, and crowded streets, there lies a hidden world almost no one ever sees. It is a maze of secret tunnels, cold, silent, and stretching for miles under the city. Most people believe these tunnels are only for moving coal and supplies, but they are wrong. Because in 1903, 4 ordinary men discover that these tunnels can hide something far more dangerous. They are about to attempt a robbery so strange and so bold that the city will talk about it for years. No gunfights, horses, no witnesses, just shadows, silence, and a plan that could change their lives forever. And it all begins deep underground, where the city keeps its secrets. In the early years of the 1900s, Chicago was a city full of noise, smoke, and ambition. Factories filled the air with steam, horses pulled heavy wagons through crowded streets, and people rushed everywhere trying to build new lives. But beneath all of that movement, beneath the stone and brick and busy footsteps, there was another world, silent, cold, and nearly forgotten. It was the Chicago Tunnel System, a hidden network stretching for miles under the city. Most people never saw it. Many didn't even know it existed. But a small group of men would soon discover that these tunnels held a dangerous opportunity no one else had imagined. It begins with a man named Carter, a quiet thinker with sharp eyes. For months, he has been observing the tunnels, watching workers come and go, studying schedules, and learning how money and coal move through the underground lines. One day he realizes something. The tunnels are secure, but not perfect. They are guarded, but not constantly. And in one particular stretch, money shipments pass through with almost no supervision at all. He understands immediately that this weakness can be used, and he knows just the men to help him. He gathers his group in a dusty basement far from the noise of the streets. Miller is the first to arrive. He once worked in the tunnels and knows every echo, every curve, every hidden corner. Davis arrives next, carrying a small case of tools he uses to open locks without force. Finally, Henry, the strongest of them all, joins the meeting. The men sit around a small table with a single lamp flickering between them. Carter lays out a hand-drawn map of the underground system. The lines twist like a maze. Miller points at a narrow passage leading to a vault room used by a major company. Every Tuesday morning, a cart loaded with money bags is pushed along a side track and into the main tunnel. If the men can reach that spot before the workers arrive, they can take the bags and disappear before anyone knows. They agree the plan must be silent and fast. The tunnels echo so sharply that even a small noise can bounce for a long distance. The men spend the next several days rehearsing. They practice walking without sound. They practice signaling in the dark. They study the map until every route is memorized. Carter reminds them again and again that the tunnels will trap them if they panic. They must move with calmness, not fear. Before dawn on Tuesday, they meet again at an old warehouse behind the river. They wear disguises that look like tunnel workers' uniforms, thick coats, dirty boots, and gloves blackened with coal dust. Miller lifts a heavy metal grate behind the warehouse, revealing a dark hole that leads straight into the hidden world below the city. Cold air rises up from the opening, carrying the smell of stone and old machinery. One by one, the men climb down the small ladder. When the grate closes above them, the city disappears. Only the distant rumble of streetcars and the slow drip of water remain. The tunnel around them is narrow, with stone walls and low ceilings just high enough to walk upright. The ground is lined with steel tracks that stretch into the darkness. Miller lights a small lantern, shielding the flame with his hand so it will not shine too brightly. Every shadow seems alive. Every echo makes them freeze. They walk slowly, stepping only on the wooden planks so their boots will not strike metal. After several minutes, they reach the side tunnel leading to the vault passage. Miller blows out the lantern and everything goes black. They wait in the silence, barely breathing. Time feels thick. Minutes pass, like hours. Then faintly, the men hear something. Wheels rolling on the tracks. The guard appears with a lantern in his hand, pulling 2 small carts loaded with canvas bags. He hums a soft tune, unaware that 4 men stand only a few steps away. He stops to unlock the gate to the main tunnel, turning his back for just a moment. That is all the time they need. Henry steps forward first, strong and steady, placing a firm hand over the guard's mouth while Davis ties the man's wrists. Carter whispers to him that he will not be harmed. The frightened guard nods, knowing he cannot fight for men in the dark. They lift the money bags from the carts. Each one is heavy, filled with coins and bills. Henry carries 2, without complaint, though sweat forms on his forehead. Miller signals for everyone to follow him deeper into the side tunnel. Their footsteps are soft but tense. As they move through the darkness, the air becomes colder. They pass broken tools left by workers long ago. Pipes rattle above their heads. The tunnels twist, turn, and narrow, but Miller knows the path by memory. After many minutes, they reach an abandoned section where old boards cover a forgotten doorway. Miller uses a tool to pry the boards loose, revealing a cramped maintenance passage. Dust spills everywhere as they squeeze inside. The route is tight and uneven. They crawl on hands and knees at times, pulling the heavy bags behind them. Carter breathes hard, trying to stay quiet. Twice he slips, nearly falling into a small drainage pit. Miller steadies him each time without a word. They all understand that one wrong sound could carry far down the tunnels. Finally, they reach the old coal chute leading upward. The wooden ladder creaks loudly, and the men freeze. But nothing moves above them. They climb slowly, hoping the door at the top is still unlocked. Davis pushes it carefully. The rusty hinges groan, but the door opens just enough for them to slip into the abandoned bakery above. Dust covers every shelf. Light filters through a cracked window. After the frightening dark below, the dim sunlight feels almost warm. They set the bags down and wipe the sweat from their faces. For a moment, they all stand still, listening. No voices, no footsteps, no alarms. It seems they have escaped. But Chicago is awake now. Outside, the streets are filled with shopkeepers, milk wagons, and police on their morning rounds. If the men walk out carrying bags of money, anyone could notice. Carter decides they must split into 2 groups and act casual. Miller and Henry will take the alleyway, pretending to deliver supplies. Carter and Davis will carry their shares in coal sacks and walk toward the river as if making deliveries. They leave the bakery separately. Carter and Davis step into the morning air with calm expressions. They move at a steady pace, not too fast, not too slow. Horses pass them. Workers shout greetings to each other. No one gives the 2 men a second look. But as they turn a corner, they see 2 policemen near Miller's alley. The policemen laugh and talk, not aware of anything unusual. Their presence forces Carter and Davis to change direction again. Meanwhile, Miller and Henry take a longer path. Henry struggles with the weight of the bags, his steps slowing. Miller whispers at him to keep going. They pass a factory where other men carry heavy coal buckets, and this helps them blend in. No one questions them. By midday, both pairs reach the abandoned house by the river. The house once belonged to a fisherman, but it has been empty for years. Windows are broken, and vines climb the walls. Inside, it is cold and quiet. They place the bags on a dusty table and stand in a circle, breathing heavily. For the first time since the robbery began, they allow themselves to relax. They have done it. They have taken the money and escaped through a world almost no one has ever walked through. They divide the money into equal shares, wrapping each share in plain cloth. Miller burns the tunnel map in a tin pan, watching the edges curl and blacken. Carter wipes down any spots they may have touched. They know the police will search fiercely. They cannot leave any trace behind. After everything is ready, the men shake hands. There is no cheering, no loud celebration, just quiet looks of relief and pride. One by one, they walk out of the house, disappearing into the busy streets in different directions, each carrying a secret heavier than the money itself. Hours later, the tunnel workers discover the missing carts and the tied-up guard. Panic spreads quickly. Police rush into the underground passages, lanterns swinging, boots echoing loudly, but the tunnels are confusing and full of dead ends. The officers cannot understand how the thieves reached the vault or how they escaped unseen. Some guards claim they heard faint footsteps earlier, but they cannot explain where they came from or where they went. By evening, newspapers shout headlines about the strange robbery. Citizens gather in groups, debating how anyone could steal money from a hidden system known only to workers. Some suggest an inside job. Others blame mysterious outsiders. A few whisper about ghosts moving through the tunnels, vanishing before anyone can catch them. The four men stay quiet. Carter spends the evening in a crowded market, blending in easily. Davis reads the news at home, smiling slightly at the confusion. Miller works on tools in a small shed, avoiding any talk of the tunnels. Henry visits family, keeping his expression calm even though excitement beats inside him like a secret drum. Days pass. Investigations continue. Detectives search the basements of buildings near the tunnel entrances. They question workers about unusual activity, but no one saw for disguised men. The police explore the tunnels again and again. But the passages feel endless, twisting like a giant stone maze that refuses to give up its secrets. Over time, the city grows tired of waiting for answers. People start telling their own versions of the story. Some describe the thieves as experts who knew every corner underground. Others imagine them as simple men who got lucky. A few insist the robbers escaped through a secret path long forgotten by the city. But nobody knows the truth. And so, the men who once moved through the shadows of Chicago's tunnels quietly fade back into the busy life of the city above. No headlines reveal their names. No detective ever uncovers the full truth. The robbery becomes a mystery people tell in bars and shops and in whispers late at night. Some believe the thieves were experts. Others think they were just lucky. But only the tunnels know what truly happened that morning in 1903. As years pass, story turns into legend, proof that even in a crowded city, secrets can hide right beneath everyone's feet. And somewhere out there, the memory of the Chicago Tunnel Robbery still waits in the dark. It's reminding people that the quietest places often hold the boldest stories. For watching more amazing videos like this, subscribe our channel Crime Loom.